Yo.
Yo,
Welcome everybody.
Welcome, welcome back. Welcome back to another night of Island Boys Football Talk. It's Tuesday, which means it's our usual weekly recap, wrap up of the week. Of course, we got all three hosts in the building. C Money representing San Francisco 49ers, Jizzle representing the Philadelphia Eagles, and Shridi representing the Carolina Panthers. We're streaming live off of our official YouTube page at Island Boys Football Talk, as well as our official Facebook page. And all the content in up to date news is on our Twitter page. Everything is at Island Boys Football Talk. Don't be misleading with that other set of gay Island Boys that I'm got going around on YouTube. But not we. We different. We football talkers. We deal with football, not them fellas dealing with whatever nonsense them deal with. All right, so it's week 9. Like we said, Sheen had a boy. Jizzle had NFC East showdown with the Eagles. Um, the Eagles came out victorious, and my Panthers had a not so good Sunday with against the Indianapolis Colts, but are more level headed now, settled, and watching the film. I'll digest that for a bit. Jizzle will digest his game, and then we'll go through our normal trash bags and game balls. And to make matters worse, the Panthers got a Thursday night game as well, so we'll talk a little bit about that. And then also we do our 3 questions, 3 answers with all 3 of our teams. So um I'll give Jizzle the floor to give his final recap of his game, and I know Shane watched a little bit of it at the end. You guys can dissect that game. I wasn't in a state of mind to dissect his game, so I let 2 of you dissect the Eagles and Cowboys. So just take it away.
well, we'll start out with the injuries. The injuries that we got was Dallas Goddard got a broken forearm injury. He's gonna be out for about a month. That's gonna be a tough loss because you're missing a top tier tight end on your offense.
That
So
really need to look for a new tight end in fantasy.
yeah, so which means that is the next man up. So it's either Grant Calcaterra, Albert. I can't remember his last name. I can't see his last name. Some long last name, the tight end that we traded from, that we got from that we traded for from the Denver Broncos. So either one of those guys are gonna have to step in. Plus Jack Stoll too. So we're gonna see how that works. But this means that Devontae Smith's probably gonna get more targets, and then they're also gonna rely on a run game some more too as well. Not forgetting AJ Brown too. But in that game against the Cowboys, like I said before, on Sunday, the offense came out a little sluggish. Still don't know why we don't run the football a little bit more on offense. Um, Jalen Hurts was awesome. Again, he got injured in a little banged up a little bit, you could say, from the little knee bruise that he has. Came out was limping a little bit, going back into the locker room in the first half. Came out in the second half and was throwing the ball accurately down the field. There was a perfect deep throw down the field to Devontae Smith in the end zone for a touchdown. Um, and another throw to AJ Brown for a touchdown too as well to put us up about 28-17 on offense. Brian Johnson, yet again, still struggling to run the football. I don't understand why. I know you wanna throw the football a whole lot, but I don't understand why we forget to run the football. Um, there was a little stint in the second half where you saw um, what's his name, the running back, Rashad Penny. He came in and had a probably one or two few runs, and that was about it. They took him back out after that. I don't understand why we're not seeing him some more because we definitely need that power back on offense. But gotta give credit to Jeff Stoutland for coaching up Tyler Steen, the rookie right guard. He came in and started his first game in the NFL. Gotta give credit to Jeff Stoutland for getting him up to speed. struggled a little bit. Get his feet under him and was able to hold the right guard spot. So that's on the defensive side. I don't understand what's going on with Nakobe D. When the season started, I said Nakobe D would have been that start linebacker. But for the past couple of weeks, he's been attacked. Every minute he just spinning. He head turning one way. I don't understand. And it's like he doesn't have the instinct of a coverage linebacker. Because I don't understand, Will. Why aren't you rushing to the football? Or even rushing to the receiver before you catch the football. You wait till the receiver catches the football. Decide you're gonna. Why don't you attack before the ball is thrown? You did read the quarterback. Decide, figure out where he's gonna go with the football, and then after that you attack. So he's last there. He got beat he was constantly beaten by Ferguson the tight end. He looked last when he was in zone coverage. He looks last in man coverage. He's quite on a run. So I think we need to sit in the committee down for him. Zach Cunningham had a good game late in the fourth quarter. He made some tackles, some big plays. The defensive line came alive late in the fourth quarter. They had 2 sacks early in the first quarter, but they had like 3-4 sacks late in the fourth quarter. So that's good. Hassan Reddick, I think he's had 4 sacks now at the end of games. So that's good. Not Javon Agbe, but Fletcher Cox, Jordan Davis, and Jalen Carter all stepped up in the fourth quarter. Those guys made some game changing plays. Which is on defense again. The middle of the field is quite open. We need Brad. We don't have a slack corner really. Eli Ricks, he's not good at slack corner. Sidney Brown, he's a safety. He's a rookie safety. He's not good at slack corner at all. And same as Reed Blankenship. He's not a man coverage type of safety. Right now we are missing Bradley Roby. Hopefully he'll be back in 2 weeks when we play against Kansas City, because right now we need a slot. If you move on the inside, you're still gonna get beat on the outside. So right now we need to get a solid. That's what we're missing. We don't have one. The simple fact of the last advantage that is all in the season. I know your last Bradley Roby. We signed up weeks ago for a couple of weeks. So hopefully he's back next week. And that should help fix the defense a little bit. Another thing again, James Bradbury. He looks last in coverage sometimes. I don't understand. It's like he doesn't know how to attack, doesn't understand leverage, gives up on plays. I said it on Sunday. Every time when Dak decides to scramble, it's like James Bradbury doesn't know what to do. Just like he loses a receiver, and that's it. The receiver gets wide open and bam. It's a big play touchdown. I think it was the last play of the drive. You're playing 10 yards off. How you leave the receiver beat you deep? You play 10 yards off. And then you still end up getting a pass interference because you didn't know where the ball was. So it's either James Bradbury is either he's disinterested. I don't understand why. But he has to fix it. He has to get it together. The only person on this defense, on this secondary who's playing good football so far is Darius Lee. But everybody else, I don't know. They don't need no bye-week break right now. They need to go back in the field room and look at the film and get it together. Because we got a gauntlet of a schedule coming up. On offense, we got to do the same thing. Not the players, but the coaching staff. You got to find ways to get that run game going. I understand that you have Jalen Hurts, you have those weapons on the offensive side. You want to throw the football, you want to constantly rely on the passing game, but you have an explosive running back in the DeAndre Swift. I had that for Kenny Gainwell. I'd rather us using DeAndre Swift and Boston Scott and Rashad Penny. If you don't want to use Penny, Use Swift and Boston Scott. But we gotta find ways to get that running game going again. I understand we what 9-1, 8-1. That's good. Best team in the NFL. Um, best team in the NFC. I mean, probably it looks like we got what a two game lead on the Cowboys right now by winning that game. But we gotta get better at the little things. Running the football. We can't have the mistakes. We can't make the mistakes that we made in that Dallas game with the penalties and stuff like that. Against a team like Kansas City, you will lose. The good thing that Dallas is a horrible team late in the game, so they will give away the game. They've done it years and years. Even the playoff game against San Francisco was the same thing. So we got lucky there, but we got to fix things. We got some things to work on. Still wasn't our best game. Yes, Jalen Hurts had a good game. Yes, Devontae had a good game. Yes, AJ Brown had an okay game. But we still got to work on some stuff. We still haven't played our best football as yet. We haven't played our best football, and we 8-1. Hopefully, we got about a week and pretty much you can say 2 weeks, because we don't play until Monday night, week after next. So we got about 2 weeks to get everything together. Let's go back, regroup, get healthy, and come back playing strong.
All right. I know Shane, you kind of was. I know you said some stuff too on Sunday. You still want to? Wait, you want to jump in, Richard?
The guy I was saying, okay, you critical and everything.
You could bet that.
Eagles 18. I agree with him. It's like I still think the Eagles ain't played the best football yet, but they're still 8-1. I had actually bet that Dallas was gonna beat the Eagles because the Eagles to take long to start going on the field and the offense, and I thought that Dallas, because of the divisional game, it had been a competitive game, but I thought Dallas would have bring a little bit more pressure on the Eagles, but that wasn't the case. The Eagles do have some holes, some weaknesses, but every team has them. But like you say, if you 8-1 now going into your bye, and you come out of the bye, you should come out with the adjustments made. You see what everything is. The coaches get to watch the film now and adjust. And like you said, I just don't know why y'all ain't a run first team yet. I really don't.
Exactly.
And then once you open up the run, then you open up the pass. But they'll probably get it. But that's all I can say for now. I think y'all look good. Y'all find ways to win. Y'all are beatable, but y'all cover your weaknesses well.
Mm-hmm.
And after the bye, I mean, you should expect that you're going to get better. I mean, you're getting ready to run a gauntlet in a while. So
yep.
We're gonna see what you made out of here now. Really, your second half of your season is a tough schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I got.
Yeah. I didn't really tune into his game. Our game was both basically the afternoons, so I didn't really get a chance to dive into it. But as you guys said, they 8-1 and they ain't playing the best football you probably feel. So if you 8-1 and they ain't playing the best football, you can only imagine what they'll do
When we start playing the best football.
when they play the best football. So those are stuff you always gotta look at and see. But they got a bye week. They're going into the bye, and then who they got on Monday night?
Kansas City.
So test right up at the bye.
Yeah, test right over the gate. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, they coming out after that bye. They come out. They really got tough schedule coming up.
Tough schedule coming out, boy.
Yeah, so at least he got 2 weeks to really get stuff in and see what's going on, and then make sure he's ready for Kansas City. All right, so I'll dive right into mine basically. Yeah, like I said, Sunday post game reaction show was an instant reaction from the game. It was based on all emotions. After playing a team that gave up 37, 38, 39 in the last 3 weeks, we barely put up 13. So, but after looking at the game, and so it's a lot of factors going on in Carolina now. And I'll start with the high. You got to get Evero Ajero his credit because most of the injuries being on the defensive side of the ball. But for the past 2 weeks, the Texans score wow, damn near 50 against Tampa Bay on Sunday. Gotta be wrong there. We hold them to 12 points. The Colts score that had damn near 400 yards the past 3-4 weeks. We hold them to under 200 yards total. So doing these stuff with half of the players that you got, it you gotta give Evero his credit. Maybe he would have been more in demand if he was an offensive coach, the way the tide is shifting. But if I look at the list, J.C. Hahn is out, Shaq Thompson is out, Jeremy Chin is out, Von Bell is out, Xavier Woods is out, Gita Ghost Matos is out, C.J. Henderson is out, Marquise Hayes is out, Justin Houston is out. Now Brian Bonds out. Well, that's a hospital. Then we just pick up somebody off the passing squad last week called Luigi Villain. Play one game Sunday. Now he gonna IR too. So I really don't understand how we got damn near 15 offensive players and 15 defensive players and yeah, and if we were still doing this, that's the bright side. The other bright side is too. I was gonna say that Bryce is improving, but I always expect games like this in a rookie. I mean, he's trying to do a little too much. They got this. Well, not him, but fans got this thing that a first round pick is supposed to raise the bar for other players. Well, I sent you some pictures there. I don't know what bar he could raise there because all he's seen is white shirts. And the Panthers are playing in a black shirt. So that don't really make any sense to raise nothing. He's trying to do stuff, so sometimes he overpresses. Again, that game was 27-13, but if you look at it, Bryce Young gave the defense 14 points with the 2 pick sixes. So their team only scored 13. We only scored 13. So essentially it was 13-13. That's the game. And then probably a field goal would have win it. But he threw 2 pick sixes. So that changed how the game is. But I'm not gonna bash Bryce Young. Yes, he made mistakes. Yes, I was critical of him on that day. You can't be doing those things, especially when he threw them. But he's a rookie. Stuff like that gonna happen. But the other issue surrounding it is what I saw from the game was the personnel is wrong. That's the issue. The personnel is really wrong. And it ain't gonna go no further than that. The team, if you guys watch how the Panthers played last year with Steve Wilkes, it was a physical power running team. Equano was a mauler, the left guard was a mauler, Bozeman is a mauler, Corbett and them fellas is maulers. Now this is you come in with this zone. You see, we got rid of Deontay Foreman, which is the power rusher. We got into this zone blocking scheme. You can tell the offensive line coach, which is James Campton, he's not getting the most out of his offensive line with this zone scheme. You can tell based on the blocking. This stand up block thing in terms of pass, you can kill Bryce Young. That's not how that offensive line is built. Another thing is, yeah, we got a worst wide receiver room in the NFL by far. We ain't no if and buts. Thielen, if he's your number one at age 33, we're in a bad shape. He's the only one doing something. Chark has been a major disappointment. I'm not gonna put it on Jonathan Mingo. He's a second round raw rookie. Terrace Marshall falling off the map. Hayden Horse, no block, no rock. He can't get on the field. Miles Sanders being a big disappointment. So when you put factors like that around Bryce Young, you ask him to do miracles, and it's kind of hard for him to be a miracle worker because he just doesn't have the thing is, when he was in Alabama, he had people to throw the ball to Jameson Williams, Devontae Smith, them fellas. He had playmakers. Now he don't have it, and you're trying to ask him to do too much. So I'm not even gonna kill Bryce Young, but I got some bright hope. So there, right now the Panthers can't go any further down the drain. We are already rock bottom right now. I could say that. But we could go further down if we lose to the Bears and the Bears tell us to suck it. But here's a bright side of things. Bryce Young will improve. That is definitely true. He will improve. The wide receiver room can't get any worse next year. We can't bring a next wide receiver anything worse than this. So it gonna have an improvement. The O line can't possibly be worse than next year.
You're
The
hoping.
O-line can't get better next year. The defense gonna come back healthy. I can guarantee that. We got cap space next year. By the time we do everything, we got 65 million in cap space. You must sign people with that cap space. And then, yeah, we don't have a first round pick, but the second round pick gonna be high. You know, they always say those high seconds is like a first. We're gonna be able to draft an impact player there, probably a wide receiver. So I got hope. But the team, is it fair for me to say that we should fire Frank Wright? Probably not. But fire the GM ass though. I would definitely fire him. Because you know what good GMs do? They build depth on the team. Because you're always gonna go through injury. I think the Panthers had a worst luck in injuries this year in the NFL when you got about 20 players on IR. Even our practice squad going on IR. Terry Cohen, who I was eager to see, he pulled his hamstring and he on IR. He wasn't even playing. He on a practice squad. So he got on IR too. So I don't understand. But a team is built through the depth. You got your star players, but your depth. If your depth isn't good, you're gonna get shattered. One thing I could tell is if Vero or defensive coordinator is a smart coordinator because it's hard to stop Jonathan Taylor and Zach Moss. Zach Moss is the second leading rusher in the NFL. Jonathan Taylor, they've been running close to 150 yards rushing in the past 4 games. And we hold them to 72 rushing yards. Minshew had about 128 passing yards. So that's top notch compared that Brian Burns was out most of the game with a concussion. We got no kind of pass rush. Only Frankie Louvu there. CJ Henderson injured. So we ain't got nobody. The team just be a barrel. But for him to only give up 13 points and 12 points in the last 2 weeks, I'll give that to him as a big A+. I must give him his credit. I do believe he could be a good head coach. But the way the league is, you're pushing more for offensive coordinators. But somebody gonna scoop him up. We might probably lose him this offseason. But I ain't vexed no more. I still disappointed after going through stuff, but we are where we are. We won in I think 1-7. We got Bears game coming up Thursday night. I don't know if Justin Field is playing as yet. That kind of game, that if I do know if you lose that game, somebody getting fired. I can guarantee you that. They didn't do it no guy too short, but I think that Scott Fitterer on the way out because his roster moves personnel ain't being good. I just don't agree with it. Frank Wright pick all these head coaches. Remember, we had this so-called all-star coaching staff, and I don't know. It just probably is too much vices in there. I don't know. I probably just don't have the scheme players yet. We should be fair and give him more than 1 year. But anybody thought the Panthers would have been 1-7? No, I don't think so. I didn't believe the Panthers would be 1-7. I thought it would at least we'd have had about 4 wins, but no, 4 or 5. Well, no, I can't say 4 because that would have been 5-4, 4-5, or something like that. But not 1-7. So by saying that, I think somebody is feeling very bad. So Frank Wright, I would have fired him if I was the owner. I'm not the owner. And I was firing the GM. I hate bringing in a head coach and then you fire the GM and the head coach there. You need to hire a GM and then hire a head coach. So they work together in tandem. If they ain't working in tandem, then it thing. The thing with Scott Fitterer was that Matt Rule ran the personnel decision. So he wasn't really doing anything. Now this is his first year actually doing personnel moves. And they ain't looking good. So, I mean, if the Colts go next week and lose, give up 40 points, I might pull all the little bit of hair out of my head because it can't be that bad. The thing about the Fires Buckner was a havoc. He create havoc in it, and that's a beast. I had hours like Buckner, but our line isn't built to just stand there and block. That's not that type of line. We're not doing stuff to help the line. We're not being innovative. You know, jet sweeps and all the things. Them you got fast receivers doing them stuff. We had Adam Thielman walking out of the backfield. That makes sense. Adam Thielen. I mean, we got no receivers doing that. You don't tell me Adam Thielen walking out of the backfield to do like your little gadget plays and so. That means we're in a
Um,
real bad position. Jet sweeps and so you got Thielen and them doing jet sweeps. No, you need speedsters to do them kind of stuff. The one thing I like, and one thing I don't even care, I don't even care what the fans that say about this CJ Stroud Bryce Young topic. CJ Stroud is in a completely different environment compared to Bryce Young.
true.
Yes, he's playing ball, he's performing. He didn't look like that last week against the Panthers. I don't care what anybody say. Yeah, he's balling. I give him props. I just look at him and say, "Bye, that could have been the Panthers quarterback too." But I ain't regretting that I picked Bryce Young. He's balling because his line is giving him time. He got stretchers down the field, as in Tank Dale and those guys. He they giving him, they putting him in good spots. Because if you put Nico Collins, Tank Dale, Robert Woods, Dalton Schultz as a thing, that's a mid-tier group. That's way better than the Panthers group. And you still got Damian Pierce and Singletary. The line, Larry Tunsil, franchise left tackle, the line is healthy. He's doing what he's supposed to do. They're calling a good game for you. But if you thought that he would come in Carolina and do the same thing, you obviously ain't watching the games. Because they could take 10 different pictures that show you can't ever see our lineman. All you're seeing is the damn opponent's lineman. Problem is, we gotta face Ngakwe, Sweat, Justin Jones, and them Thursday night. I don't know if Bryce Young gonna make it out of the game. That might kill him. I don't
Uh,
know. I'll tell you one thing about Bryce Young. He's strong no shit because everybody thought 1 second he'd be dead. He must have got almost 30 sacks by now. And he getting up. So get him, man. He credit. But I know he trying hard. He I think he kind of
overdoing it.
pushing. Yeah, he trying to make something out. Not one of those picks was a screen. He could have just thrown that away. He should have just tried. But you know when you're shell shook and you think that the thing right there, you could have he could have tried away. The other one right before the half we was in a 2 minute drive. The pressure came and he kind of just threw it to the running back and Kenneth Moore picked it. And he admitted that I gotta play better. I gotta be better as a quarterback. I have to make better decisions. He owned up to it. But we know the real truth about the team is just it's just not a good team. I don't it's poorly constructed. I one thing again, I just saw something that the 49ers, the Bears, all of them felt all 5 teams inquired about Bryce Young. Not Bryce Young, Brian Bones. This past trade deadline. All teams offered a first round pick. Problem was, remember the Rams offered 2 last year. So I don't think they would have taken. They ain't gonna trade Brian Bonds for 1 first round pick, and then it'll look bad that you turned down 2.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is though, if you was gonna draft Bryce Young, I wouldn't have trade DJ Moore. That was the problem. I would have to trade Derek
Brian
Brown
Bonds.
or Brian Bonds. Yeah. Cause you just took away no Thielen and DJ Moore on your team to help Bryce Young, he would actually be way damn better. I guarantee that. You just took away his essential number one and don't give him a number one. And you still got Brian Bonds who you can't pay yet. Montez Sweat and them getting them money. I don't know what Brian Bonds doing. They can't pay Brian Bonds. So I don't know what gonna happen. So Bryce Young is just there. I looking into the off season. I don't want to. I know you should. We obviously can't look that far, but you're looking into the off season because what really gonna accomplish now? We ain't gonna make playoffs. Even though our division is shit, we ain't making playoffs. This actual game here gonna determine a lot about the Panthers. I'll tell you that. This game will determine a lot about the Panthers. Towards remember, this game got a lot of complications in it. Should the Bears have drafted Bryce Young over Justin Fields? Did the Panthers give up way too much? Is Bryce Young a boss? All kind of stuff going on. And we just getting more. Our defense will be very depleted. I'll guarantee that. We will be depleted. But our offense, Still have the players. We'll just have to see what happens with that game. The bad thing is, if I gotta stay up 9:30 to 12:30 to watch the Panthers get beat, I gonna lose it the Friday morning. I gonna go crazy. So I contemplating what to really do the Thursday. But our team, I mean, it's not. It's just it's been a huge disappointment. I think one thing, David Tepper, he ain't patient. He da get vexed fast and he tell you can't you're fired. He tell it the man got brass balls in the office. The man went there and sculled balls and put in the office brass balls to say that he got big balls. But that what the man tell you, he got big balls. He make him billions by just sitting on the ass. He got big balls, so he would he would fire Frank right after 1 week and take that and go for it. But I think firing Frank right after year one, you can actually give yourself a bad rep, and nobody gonna want. Remember, D'Amico Ryans had turned down the interview. Ben Johnson turned down the interview. Lord, I wish Ben Johnson was a head coach. I only wish. I got faith in Thomas, bro, but he called a very bad game and thing. He did call a very, very, very bad game. Nothing compared to the Texans game. So he called a very bad game. So we're gonna have to see. So at least the thing is, you guys will be watching the game with me. So and when we do analyze it, you're gonna see where I come from and a lot of these stuff. We're gonna actually see it. So that's the good thing about it. But again, to recap, I think not good. Very, very disappointed. I expected way better, but that's the NFL for you. Good teams, bad teams. You just gotta pick the right day. Again, the thing was ranked very low. What do you call it? The Colts. Bad defensive team. They look like the number one defense in the league after that game. It happens. Shit happens. So on to Chicago on Thursday. And we're gonna see. So we'll see what happens. But not good this past week. And it left a sour taste in a lot of teams, a lot of fans. Mouth. So we're gonna see if the Panthers could get it together against these Bears on Thursday. All right, so we're gonna go straight into our 3 for 3. 3 questions, 3 answers from our teams. Since we didn't get Shane on board yet, Shane, the first question goes to the 49ers. Question is, what you expecting from? What kind of expectation you got for Chase Young?
The expectation I got just for Chase Young is for the whole defensive front line. In order you add another elite pass rusher to the front line, there's no excuses that we can't pressure the quarterback. And anybody, when we play against Jacksonville on Sunday, I need to see at least 3 sacks for the game. At least. They don't have to come from him. I just need to see 3 sacks. We haven't averaged more than 1 sack a game since most of week 1 and week 2. Where Jake Jackson had 3 sacks in the one game. Every other game been 1 sack by individual. I think it was 2 the most, but either way, Hargrave was 1 and somebody else was 1. But we haven't had a 3 or 4 sack game. People out here getting 8 sacks a game, 5 sacks a game. You know, the Raiders had 6 sacks the Sunday night, and then who played last night? The Chargers had how much last night? Was 6 or 8 last night too. So, and I think our defensive line is way better than the 2 of them teams. So, I need to see Chase Young come in, hop in, bring that pressure off the edge with Bosa on the opposite end. You know, interior line pushing the pile up the middle. Not only stopping the run, but affecting the pass game to the point where either you're getting sacked or you're throwing the ball to only getting picks. That's my expectations.
All right, Jizzle, you got anything on that? I could go. Okay, go ahead, Jizzle.
Yeah.
You go.
I think Chase Young could come in and help. Question is if you're gonna do the same as you did in Washington. I think the issue with Chase Young was that they were saying that he's a good player, but he freelances sometimes. He doesn't stay within the play. Because it's hard for a team to say they're trading a top 2 overall player who's supposed to be a generational type of talent. So I think he'll help, but it's up to Chase Young. I think it's up to the 49ers. I think the 49ers I think Bosa and those guys got to step up on their own. But I think Chase Young will help, but it's up to him at the same time.
Yeah. My thing with for Shane is I d- I wouldn't put the elite word next to him right now. I don't think he's a Chase Young that had just come out of college. But my thing that I saw from it was how much y'all gave up for him.
I thought
A third.
compulsory pick
How much the Bears gave up for us Sweat.
What's that? A second.
a second.
That shows you the value of how them be right now. Sweat is actually a better player, most productive player. Hopefully he could get his swag back. I didn't actually think I didn't think the Fernandez need him. Like they just pick him because it's a luxury because he had to give up nothing.
Right.
But I think Randy Gregory could do the job too. Because Randy Gregory is a very, very destructive pass rusher. It's just
I think so too.
he had gotta be in it.
Yeah, I think so too. And he was doing a very good job when he was coming in on rotation.
Exactly. I think
I
to
just think
me,
I think John Lynch saw opportunity and jump at it.
yeah, to me, the trade was a luxury trade. I don't think it was a desperation thing. The fact that you could get him for just a third round camp pick, think, but that's how that's how Washington value him, a third round camp pick compared to Sweat. Now Sweat get he 4 years, 104 million.
Mhm.
He value. I think he's a great pass rusher, but I
Yeah,
think huh?
yeah. We wasn't giving up no first and second. Like
Yeah,
I
I don't.
said,
I think you guys had you Bosa, Armstead, Hargrave, and Gregory. Four of them rushing should be fearsome already. I think Chase Young got more of a name than a production. Cause he ain't being productive. Yeah, he got 4 sacks this year, but he was walking down the good line too. Cause Jonathan Allen and Deron Payne and Montez Sweat, punks either.
he
And
got
he
more.
couldn't.
He got more than everybody on my line.
Well, that's true too. I don't think he gonna change the complexity of the line. Cause I a big fan of Gregory. I know Gregory is a beast when he ready. He just ain't got no sense. But I don't really think he gonna do. I don't think he has a one player. I like you say, you hoping it changes the whole way of the defense.
Yeah.
But he won't be a defense changer. It's just you hope you get added pressure to it. So you're right. Yeah, we'll see how he goes. Hopefully you get that rush, and then I got a Jacksonville Jaguars right out the gate.
Yeah.
Jaguars on a little streak there, so you ain't got no time. You ain't got no time to settle. So big test at right out of the gate. All right, so that's San Fran's question. Jizzle, Shane, you got a question for Jizzle?
Yeah. Um. What to me was like, what's the most concerning part to you in your 9 games you played so far for the Eagles, and whatever that concern is, does it worry you in this gauntlet of the next 5 to 6 games that you both to face? You're going against the Chiefs, you're going against the Bills, you're going against the 49ers. I forget who the next person after this. Then you got to face Dallas again. It's a big test. What do you think is your worries? Your biggest concerns?
Well, like I said before, it's like kind of as you see right now. If 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 what's his name get injured badly, will be get injured. We got players like Eli Ricks and Sidney Brown and those guys who aren't veterans, who aren't good at playing in the slot corner, who aren't good coverage cornerbacks, are safeties, you can say. So that's the issue. Is that slot corner spot? Because you can find ways to max the deficiencies of the linebacker at times, but you can't really max the deficiencies of a slot corner. That's the worrisome part right there. That's slot corner position.
Okay. Yeah. My biggest concern for the Eagles, I wouldn't. I go linebacker. Because they're going to keep putting in the COVID in here, still keep spinning like a top.
That's the problem right there. When you got Nicholas Morrow, who's been playing very good football for the past few weeks.
They're going to keep putting in Dean, I guarantee it. They're going to keep
The
putting
problem
in.
with the Eagles is they like to show loyalty to these high draft picks. First, second, and third, they like to show loyalty. We show loyalty to Jalen Reagor when he should have been gone for a long time. They show loyalty to JJ Arcega-Whiteside when he should have been gone for a long time. Now you're showing loyalty again to Nakobe Dean. But right now he ain't playing good football. So there's no reason why he should be starting in these games.
Yeah, I think my biggest weakness would be the linebacking core. From what you see, what you think the biggest weakness is?
I would say them offensive play calling right now. You about to face. I was watching their schedule coming up. You know what I'm saying? It's like after your bye is the Kansas City Chiefs, right? Then after that game, you're going to play the Bills, the Buffalo Bills. Then the 49ers. Then you got Dallas again. You know what I'm saying? That's 4 big heavyweight games you got going on in the latter part of the season. And if your offense is taking long to catch themselves and get rolling, like the Chiefs offense ain't playing good, but the defense is playing outstanding. And if you link that wrong with Patrick Mahomes in thing, you're gonna lose that game. The Bills, Josh is known to give the turnover the ball, but the Bills are gonna score. The Bills are gonna put up points. The 49ers, I don't know what we can get coming out of the bite, but give me after we play Jacksonville and I come tell you what we think. And then you know Dallas coming because they smell blood. So they are on revenge. But like I've been saying from day one, I know Casey was saying like give me 6 games to get offense roll. I still ain't seen it yet at that point where they rolling or they scoring or not scoring. I ain't gonna say scoring because you need to score. Just move the ball consistently in them first couple of drives enough to worry a team and push a team. You got a hell of a schedule coming up. I didn't even realize your schedule was that freaking tough coming out.
Yeah, he does it, but he has hiccups.
Right.
Like he start out the game really good. Then after the next drive, you're like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Then after the third drive, it'll be okay. Then after the next drive, you're like, the fuck? Then after it's like the 4th, 5th drive is like, okay. Then the second half comes, then you look pretty good. Then after late in the game, you're like, the fuck?
It looked like to me like he gets one and then he forgets about that person or that kind of play calling for like a whole.
He doesn't have a flow.
Right.
You see, play callers gotta have a flow. You gotta have a flow on how you're calling the game. You gotta have a flow on how your personnel, how the game is flowing at the same time. There's also having a feel for the game too. So that I think the fact that he's still this is his first time calling this is first time being an offensive coordinator as a play caller. So kind of see where he struggled earlier. You kind of see where he's getting a little better, but it's just the hiccups that he has at times. He corrects it in the second half, but you kind of see where he has hiccups because they usually start out the drives good. It's just that second drive, that third drive, that 4th drive. That's where he has the hiccups. If he could fix those hiccups, like last year, we was the best team in the second quarter. We would score like 24 points in the second quarter. Boom. But by the time the third quarter comes in, we done up 20 points, 20, 30 points. So I think he has to get, and we had a great play caller in Shane Steichen. He's done it a number of years in this league. So I think he has to just settle himself down a little bit and just remove the hiccups. Because even in the red zone, we were struggling in the red zone. We was like, I think at 40-something% in the red zone.
Yeah.
This game if we want 100%, we were 90-something% in the red zone. And I saw where he He brought in some wrinkles and a little few things and got creative a little bit in the red zone and stuff like that. So you kind of see where he walking things in, but he just has to remove the hiccups. That's all. Once he remove the hiccups, then we'll be all right. But he gotta remove the hiccups. Remove the hiccups and run the football. But after that, we'll be okay. But the offense, I think what the offense is what second or third in scoring in points per game.
Like what
So
wrong there?
yeah, second or third in scoring points per game. Is the defense is that linebacker slot safety? That's the issue right there. And Bradbury. But yeah.
You say and Bradbury.
And Bradbury part.
Oh Lord. All right. What question I got for these Panthers, buddy? I asked myself no question.
Um
What you feel could be done to salvage your season at the midway point?
nothing. For that outrage, the outrage here on Sunday is nothing.
Why could salvage my season?
Yeah. What do you think will salvage your season at the midway point right now?
Honestly, for the season to end right now, that would be the best way to salvage it. But um, it kind of like what you guys been saying. The main thing is about just developing Bryce Young. Make sure his confidence isn't shattered and thing. I think you have to change the playbook for the time. But they ain't gonna want to do it. But ideally, I don't have a problem with the defense. Like I say, injuries and those stuff or something. But the main source of the issue is on the offensive side of the ball. Black, I can easily go there and see if we block better and have a effective running game, it'll take the pressure off of Bryce Young. But it's easily said and done. Everybody playing the box. They're playing in the box and forcing our receivers to play to think. To forcing our receivers to beat man to man, which they look like they can do. I had a stat here for you guys. That game against the Colts, Bryce Young was pressured 49% of the times in his dropbacks. So basically, he was pressured 50%. So that's one every two pressures. So if he dropped back 35 times, he was pressured 17 out of the 35. That makes sense? So one every two times. So to salvage it is make sure you don't get killed. That's the only way you can salvage it. And how the Blackers got blocked, you can't bench none of them. We don't have another left tackle on the thing. Brady Christensen is injured. I don't know. To be honest, I the only way I could tell you to salvage that season is to change the way Carl plays a bit. Jet sweeps, motion plays, move in the pocket, them kind of stuff, trickery. But we don't have nobody to do it. Like I said, we just had Thielen running out of the backfield like a Debo special. Look what that guy doing the Thielen. Thought the 3-year-old Thielen guy run the Debo special. That makes sense? Thielen run the end around. Thielen run a 4.64 40-yard dash. That makes sense? Well, I'm just saying Jordan Matthews to the practice. I mean to the active roster. What Jordan Matthews gonna
He's
do?
still around?
Oh God. We saw him Blake Martinez, the Pokemon card thief. She didn't ask me how I was salvaging the season. I honestly I don't know how to salvage the season, but on that question I stumped. I stumped on the question. I know what the outcome for the season I want to continue to develop Bryce Young. That's my ultimate outcome. But to salvage the season, why I start. That's the hardest question I get for the year. How I got salvage the season by? I don't know. But the only thing I can say is be more innovative in the play call, not the offense. That's the only thing I can see. Be more innovative to take the pressure off of Bryce Young. That's all I could really say. The other one I could say is to get healthy. Well, them things gonna happen. Yeah, get healthy. But be more innovative. That's the only thing I could really say to salvage the thing. Have some hope going into the next season. Cause right now you got no hope. That's the bad thing. You got no hope. So create hope. That's my answer, partner. Create hope. That's the only thing I can see. Cause Jizzle see. He ain't got nothing you can salvage this. 1-7.
salvage.
1-7, you still got to play about 7 more games. No, what is 1-7? We 8 games, it's 17 games. So we got 9 more. So I got 9 more weeks of torture. Okay, I changed my answer. The season got to end. Well, stop showing the games on TV. That may be the only way to salvage it. Stop showing the game on TV.
Well, your first game is on TV coming over here Thursday.
We gonna ride the Bills.
Wow.
Bye.
Wow.
Oh, I said that out loud. I'm sorry. That was supposed to be like in my head. No. Anyways,
KG, you got anything, Frank?
he ain't got. We can't salvage that. He doesn't say we can't
They
salvage.
can't salvage. There's nothing to salvage. The only, like he said, there's hope. The only hope is Bryce Young. Bryce Young development, and that's
Well,
it.
I actually got answer the Sheen one. How can we salvage the season? Fire some damn body.
No. The only people getting fed is in the wrong spot because Chicago, I don't know.
Is either the GM got to get fired or Frank Wright got to get fired. That's the way you salvage the season. One out of the two, Sheen, and this week gonna determine it. If we lose to the Bears, remember I tell you this: somebody getting fired. I telling you that, Sheen. Remember I tell you that. That's the way to salvage the season.
You can find about that for the coaching staff.
What?
Who
Oh,
you
you got to
fire?
go. Frank Wright got to go. He
You
got
can
to
fire
go.
It's too early.
For you can't. He ain't doing nothing for the team. No, that's my salvage. All right. Well, KG said he ain't got nothing. Shane, I don't know what answer you could possibly give there. There got to be nothing. He ain't got no kind of salvage in there.
They're asking you. I don't know.
No, they ain't got no salvage. Fire. I tell you already. If you lose to the Bears, it's fire. You gonna fire somebody, and that's the way you salvage something.
I would love to see an offensive coordinator help Bryce by giving him more targets, running back on the backfield, the tight end.
Miles Sanders suck right about now if he is shooting.
So bench him, bring in the other running back.
But
Then-
he ain't been
then-
playing. Chuba been playing. The
Chuba
problem
been playing.
is the line is at
the line
the
is-
line is remember the line is so terrible.
So run screens, run dump offs.
Bryce Young throw like 6 picks, like 6 or 7 picks for the year, right? You know, 5 of them come from screen passes. So that can't work either. But one thing I'll say, Kurt Warner tweet something today. One thing I must say about Kurt Warner tweet, because they had a big thing going on with CJ Stroud and Bryce Young, the debate. Kurt Warner said, you know how much of a difference a good offensive line make a quarterback look?
Mhm.
It make a running back look good too. Ask Miles Sanders.
Mhm.
That's the difference there. For me to answer your question, honestly, to salvage the season, I need to see progress from the offensive line. That's the only way I could salvage the season. And that's what caught what I was trying to tell the fans. CJ Stroud line is miles ahead than the Panthers line. You know what a good, effective, efficient line does for your quarterback? It makes that quarterback do wonders. Because that quarterback gonna feel that he untouchable. That's when you play with confidence. If a quarterback always feel that pressure there, he shell shook. Which is, I don't think Bryce Young shell shook, but he close to it. But that's the difference. And I credit CJ, I credit Warner for pointing that out to fans. Fans are there. The reason I say fire, because if you go on every Panthers thing, the only way the fans take the organization seriously right now is if somebody get held accountable for this team for 1-7. And that's how you fire somebody. That's how the fans feel. The fans gonna tell you that's the only way we know that this organization serious about winning. Somebody got to get fired. And we always say when we lose, when our teams in that bad or predicament, you got to fire somebody. You got somebody got to get hit. You know, in the NBA, if that happens, somebody fired. Or in the NFL team, same. You got to fire somebody. That you got to. But to salvage the season, you got to have progress from the offensive line. I don't know how that can happen. So I don't know. All right. That brings us to the end of our 3 for 3 good 3 for 3 3 questions, 3 answers. Some good questions on our teams. We'll do that every Tuesday like we usually do. We're gonna switch it over to our game balls and our trash bags. We'll start with the trash bags. We all know where we're going with mine to the Panthers. It was unacceptable, and I don't give it to them hardly, but I have to give it to them here. I can't do no other way. So the trash bag is the Panthers. Who are your trash bag is?
My trash bag going to the Miami Dolphins. All that talent out there, you can't beat a team with a winning record, and you're trending down. They haven't beaten a team with a winning record all season. So, trash bag to the Miami Dolphins whole organization.
My trash bag go to the Atlanta Falcons. How the hell you allow Joshua Dobbs, who just came in to play quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings?
The man ain't know nobody on the team.
He don't know any players. He don't know half the players. He don't even know who the center is.
Yeah, he never
And
took
you
a
need
step
Joshua
from
Dobbs
him.
come out there and dominate that game and win that game and beat you. You gotta get a trash bag. You got to get a trash bag.
Yep.
And he's not even a great quarterback. He's a backup.
Well, he great for the Vikings fans, no? All right, so who's the game ball? So I spin it around. My game ball goes to Joshua Dobbs for the simple fact that he just come there and lead that team to that victory. I'm giving it to Joshua Dobbs. So that's my game ball. Who our game ball is?
My game ball going to CJ Stroud. He mastered that comeback against running name and hitting targets on straight and everything. Again, he game ball to CJ Stroud.
My game ball going to the Kansas City Chiefs for finding a way to beat that Dolphins team. The explosive Miami Dolphins team. As a matter of fact, you gotta give credit to Steve Spagnuolo for shutting down that Dolphins offense. Because Tyreek Hill wasn't effective, Jalen Waddle wasn't effective, Raheem Mostert wasn't effective. That whole Dolphins offense wasn't effective. So I'll give it to the Kansas City Chiefs defense.
All right, that's good. I got another one because we don't never talk about this team and this shit. But if I had a second game, I'll definitely give it to the Ravens. The Ravens quietly putting together a real good season. And like I said, they just dominated the Lions and then the Seahawks in back-to-back fashions. Those are two teams that are fighting for playoff spots in the NFC. And they just beat them by like a touchdown or so. Them annihilate the Lions and then annihilate the Seahawks 37-3. They quietly putting together a solid season. And team like Lamar Jackson doing it with his arms and legs. If you look at his stats, nothing that it's just overall good performances from offense and defense. You gotta give credit to John Harbaugh. So that's my kind of honorary thing. All right. So now we come to our pick'ems. I lose all kind of pick'em things, and so I wanted that at the show last week when Shane wasn't here. I didn't know how much points I had get. I had win, but I didn't know how much I had get. I need to show that. That was that this week again. So I 2 for 2. You could bet that. You could bet that. All of us had picked. I had just remember on the show I had picked Minnesota and then changed it because Joshua Dobbs wasn't playing. If Joshua Dobbs was starting, I'd have picked Minnesota, you know. If Dobbs was starting, I'd have picked Minnesota. But how I win this with New England, I still lose New England and because KG picked Seattle. And then he picked Buffalo, Seattle and Buffalo. Yeah. This Shane when they picked Tampa Bay and the Jets. Oh, he picked the Jets. He got something against Brandon Staley. That's why. He got something against Staley. But Staley showed the Jets take that. I ain't picking no Jets and no Zach Wilson back there. All right, so congrats to me again 2 weeks in a row. We'll try to keep it going for a 3 week in a row thing. Close games, but somebody gotta win. We got like Shane said earlier, the Thursday night game is in fact the Panthers versus the Bears. That game shouldn't be a talked about game, but it has internal debates on it with the picks, with the Bears trading the number 1 pick to the Panthers, and then also the DJ Moore trade and a couple other Panthers on the team. So it is gonna be actually tense from that perspective. Game picks, Sorry, Carolina, I can't do it. I'm going Chicago.
Wow, 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 wow.
I really can't do it right now.
Against Chicago as well.
Against Chicago.
And only because I think I am ravaged with freaking injuries.
Injuries there.
I'll tell you one thing. If Baggett playing, we gonna win.
Baggett is playing.
No, she just think been practicing, Fields been practicing.
Oh.
They just had to make the decision today. He was like limited, but they said today was gonna be a crucial day. But I ain't see nothing to say. They had an injury report out today, but I ain't see nothing. Cause we declared Brian Bonds out and CJ Henderson out due to concussion, but I ain't see. I ain't see him saying nothing about Fields. I don't know if they're keeping it on the reps, but you got to put it on the practice on the injury report. If Baggett playing, the Carolina Panthers don't win. If he ain't playing, we'll lose. But I'm going with the Panthers. I'm going with the Bills for now, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, you can't splitting up. Yeah, I stay with this.
No. If Baggett playing, you change my pick.
Let me take it down. I ain't changing them.
Well, I'll come that to my victory and your teeth me.
I know.
You're gonna try to teeth me on KG. All right, so any other news and notes around the NFL? No, Antonio Pierce won his first game in is the Raiders, and then they were smoking blunts. Nobody didn't get arrested for that.
By a blowout. They blow out.
Well, then play the Giants. They're no kind of team.
Daniel Jones tore his ACL.
Yeah.
Like that.
That's what that even worse. So I wasn't thinking I wasn't going there and jump up on there. But
how much wins the Giants got this season? 2 or 1?
2. Them in the running for these for these quarterbacks. Oh, the Colts did in fact. The Cards activated Kyler Murray, so he is in fact starting this Sunday against the Falcons. Let's see the Falcons lay another goose egg out here. The Rams have signed Carson Wentz to back up Matthew Stafford.
Wentz?
So Wentz is in town. The Will Levis has been named the quarterback 1 for the Titans, so that basically puts an end to the tenure of Tannehill in Tennessee. But that was expected because he's played good the last few. I think that's the main ones. So no, not really. Outside of that, there's a lot of coaching hot seats and those kind of stuff. But that's probably it for in terms of the news. Yeah, basically that's it. Like we usually say, be sure to like and subscribe to the page. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. You can always be up to date. You can always join the show. And you'll see all of our content on Twitter. We tweet a lot. We post a lot of stuff to keep you up to date with all the Panthers, Eagles, and Niners news and those, and from our self-belief and stuff. So just keep up to date and keep liking and subscribing the page. Outside of that, that's probably it for me. It's already 10 o'clock, so I'm sleeping. So that's it for me. I don't know what you guys got.
That's it for me.
That's it for me. They don't have anything else. Just wait another week to start. So, we see you guys on Saturday. Peace out.
Peace.